Yo, 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 it's your boy Snow, Mr. 17.5, whatever you want to call me right now. You tune in to Hot New Hip Hop. I mean, you know, like, to be honest with you, I mean, it probably looks feature heavy, but once you hear the album, you'll understand how it was put together. So a lot of the features aren't really features, you know what I'm saying? It's just where they fit in the song, things that I probably couldn't do myself, you know what I mean, that I thought somebody could do better. Those type of things. I mean, even like Bottles Up, you know, it's featuring Puff, but he's doing what Puff do. You know what I mean?
I was about to ask you about that because he obviously goes by Diddy now.
Right.
And you call him Puff Daddy on there.
Yeah, that's.
Why'd you bring it back to Puff Daddy?
You know, that's a question you might have to ask him, because that's what he wanted. But I get it. You know what I mean? That's who he is when he talking that talk. You know, I feel like Diddy's more of a businessman, but Puff Daddy is the one that's you know, like. And if you really think, you know, I kind of got the idea from the Nas Hate Me Now. You know what I mean? That's where it kind of came from, to get him on there, because I felt like it was a good song, but it needed that extra talk. And he's one of the guys that can talk that talk. But for me, like, you know what I mean? Like, I wanted to give my fans and my followers a body of work that was genuine, but a little bit on another level than what I would normally do. So I felt like the solo songs, I put a lot into those. So it should take the place of having 10 of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But they're like, the solo songs are real Jeezy, like what you want. But at the same time, the features are things that I wanted to give my fans and followers, just, you know, just take them to another level. You know what I'm saying? As far as being creative and getting the right features and having the right medley of people on the same song. It's no different from when I did, you know, Bang back in the day. It had me, T.I. and Scrappy on it, or Last of a Dying Breed with me, Young Buck, and Trick Daddy.
Bring different sounds
to
fill it out. Right.
And just give the message in a different way. Like, you know, if you think about Last of a Dying Breed, like, Buck had a lot of real shit to say. You know what I'm saying? Trick had a lot of real shit to say, but I think them being on the song together made it, like, with myself, made it, like, you know, solid, these three.
Full-rounded.
Right. You know what I'm saying? You know. I definitely think, I mean, really all of them, but the song with Wizkid and Trey Songz, The Life, is really talking about a lot of real issues, but how to overcome that. But I just feel like, you know, them two together, you know, just take it to another level. You know what I mean?
Global kind of.
Yeah, and it feels like that when you hear it. Not only that, the record with Kodak and YG is, you know, I feel like those are some of the most solid young cats out there today. So to have a record with them that kind of theme the album called Pressure, you know what I mean? It's like that talk, you know what I mean? And it's like everybody's, you know, rendition of what pressure is. Then you go over to Floor Seats with 2 Chainz, you know, can't nobody talk that fly shit like me and Chainz. You know, we got a history from R.I.P. to Super Freak when it comes to that type of talk. So that made sense. Cold Summer with T Grizzly. I just feel like he's a great storyteller. You know, he puts things in perspective in a way that I haven't seen nobody do from his generation. And I feel like us telling, you know, each other's story on a song like that. By the way, we're about to actually go out on tour, so y'all check it out. We're going out on the Cold Summer tour, so it's gonna be crazy.
A very ambitious kind of vibe to his music too.
Right. No, he tells great stories. You know what I'm saying? Only in a way that a person who actually experienced it can tell it. Yeah. So I definitely respect that. And then you go anywhere from, you know, and you want to get into the J. Cole, Kendrick Lamar record. You know, I think it's a game changer. I feel like it's one for the culture, and this is something that's really going to shake the earth. Like, you know, when they talk, you know, the people that tune into what they say, they really listen. And I feel like this is the perfect stage for us to get off, you know, how we feel, but at the same time motivate and inspire people, but it's jamming, by the way. You know what I'm saying? So
speaking on that, how did that all come together? Like, was it the concept of the American dream?
Yeah, I mean,
like, what about that brought you three together on that track?
I just feel like it needed some more, you know, words of encouragement. It needed some more, you know, just intellect. It needed some more, you know, just another, you know, frame of mind state on it. And it's just like when you listen to their music, that's what their music is about. You know what I'm saying? Like Kendrick's albums has always been about that. J. Cole always been on that. You know what I mean? So to bring them and put them on the same record, I just felt like it was a real effort, you know what I'm saying, to touch the culture, but at the same time, you know, let people know, you know, where we at with it as leaders, you know what I'm saying, as cultural leaders. So it's like, it's real. It's not like bubble gum or, you know what I'm saying, people saying anything just to, you know, this is real.
Is that the common thread that you guys all share together?
Yeah, I respect him as songwriters and artists, you feel me? Like, there's not a lot of people that, you know, I hear things that I like because it's catchy, but I'm not gonna live and die by that, you know what I'm saying? You start thinking of like Tupac and, you know, Scarface and these different people, like, those are real words, you know what I mean? You know where that's coming from, you know what I mean? So it's only a, you know, in their generation, I just feel like those are the guys that talk that talk. And I was like, yo, let me put them on here so we can talk that talk together. And it definitely can't, I couldn't have asked for a better song, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's definitely going down in the history books. Yes, I think it's Soul Survivor.
Ooh, it's classic.
Right. I had no idea, and I have to be honest that, you know, when I was doing that, I was recording Trap or Die, you know, Let Me Talk to Him, so my mind I was in the gutter, you feel what I'm saying? I wanted to thug it out. And when they even brought me that song, it was just like, it was a lot of, there's a lot of going back and forth about how I thought it was too big for what I was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? It was more like, you know, I'm gonna keep it real, I'm gonna keep it 1,000, you know, because the songs that was working for me and there was my best records and best body of work with things that was just all the way honest to me. You know what I'm saying? And at the time, I didn't really realize, you know, what a soul survivor was. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got it, but it was a song when I heard it.
The full meaning of it.
Right. So it was a song when I heard it, and you know, when I put it down, you know, it started to get like, okay, well, and when I started playing it for people, I'm just like, you like this shit? You know what I'm saying? They was like, yo, this is crazy. So, and not only that, it's just getting a whole other continents and countries involved in what you were saying, because Khan had such a global grip on things, and he was talking that real. That's what he was known for.
Kind of brought you to a whole nother.
No, he didn't kinda. He did that. He absolutely did that. You know what I'm saying? He did that. You know, I didn't have any fans in Nigeria and, you know, all these different places. I didn't. You know what I'm saying? They probably heard, like, but it's just like, you know, it brought it all together, and it was solidified, meaning that we was already rocking, so it wasn't like uncomfortable. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, it's just like, when I look back on my catalog, a lot of people know me for that. You feel me? So it's like, you know what I mean? So it's like, you know, when I look back, I know that's a song that'll be with me forever. No matter what happens, you know, yes, Akon and Young Jeezy. Every time I might walk through the airport, somebody be like, Akon and Young Jeezy. I was like, oh shit. It's been like 12 years, still screaming this shit. But I mean, it's love though, you know what I mean? I mean, it's just being in the right space to record. Like, you know, I really do this off of how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I've recently been through or how I'm recently living is how I record my records, because they true to life. And it's just one of those things where, you know, if we're gonna do it, we probably just gotta go somewhere, have a great time, lock in, get it done. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it's just like, you know, I already have my next 10 steps in my head, so I just have to figure out where that's gonna fit in at, you feel me? But it's definitely possible though, definitely.
He said you could finish it in a week.
You finish it in 2 days, 24 hours, it could be done.
Okay.
But, you know, we just gotta get on the same, you know, because he moves around a lot like myself, you feel me? So, it just, you know, if it's to be done, it would, you know, we could get that shit done in, you know, a day and a half, you know what I mean, if that was the case. Memorable moments, 2017. Man, just making a lot of, for me, just, you know, accomplishing a lot of my goals that I set for 2017. You know what I'm saying? And seeing a lot of things that I manifested, you know, just coming to life, and, you know, me scratching off my list and going down my list of things that I've been wanting to do and getting done. Just like, wow, it's about to be a new year, and I'm like 98% done with my goals. I gotta think of some more shit to do. You feel me?
What are the goals like for you nowadays?
They're big. They're life goals, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You said you've done it all. Right?
Yeah, but I got some more to do. You know what I'm saying? But life goals, you know what I'm saying? Like real shit, like, you know, just accomplishing things business-wise you want to accomplish. Ownership shit, you know, real estate shit, you know, putting people in positions, you know, finishing projects, you know what I mean? So on and so forth, but those are like real life goals for me. So it has nothing to really do like with a lot of music industry stuff. But, you know, I have passions outside of music and things that I've really been getting done that I'm just like, yo, that's what's up. And at the same time, still getting the music done. You know what I'm saying?
People don't really see it.
Yeah, but, you know, they'll hear about them, you know, sooner than later. But, you know, that's what keeps me going. I feel like now it's just commercial. It's like anything else. It's like, you know, when something get hot, you know, everybody want to be a part of it. But I just feel like now it's like, it's really watered down. It's not straight drop anymore. I mean, you don't really know who to believe. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know who's going to have longevity. And it's just like, 98% of them ain't about shit they talking about. You know, you can tell that by looking in their eyes, you know what I'm saying? And seeing how they move. Like, you know, it's cool because you can get on the internet and get it off, but it's just like in real life, that shit ain't work. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So I get it, but at the same time, just like, you know, I ain't gonna respect it unless it's to be respected. You know what I'm saying? Like, I get it, you know, get your money. We ain't hating, you know what I mean? But when you talk about what we consider trap and what we consider real, it's just like, you know, what your morals like, you know what I'm saying? What your integrity like, you know, how you holding up out here? You standing on your own 10 or you going for whatever, like, you know what I mean? So that's how I'm gauging it, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your music can be good, but then, what are you? Right? Well, how you rocking, you know what I'm saying? So it goes like that, you know, either you too real and the music ain't good or the music good and you ain't 100. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got that balance. For me to actually be like, okay, well, I get that.
Is there anyone now kind of rocking like that?
I like T Grizzly.
Yeah.
I believe a lot of the things that he says, you know, he really can stand on them. Like, you know, the kid's been to prison, he got out, he's doing better for himself. I like, you know, and a few of them had passed. I love Bankroll Fresh. I think he was one of the dopest dudes. I love Dobie. You know, he was really, you know, talking that talk. Like, I like that. You know what I'm saying? Even when I heard it, I was like, who's this? You know what I mean? So I can respect that, but I just feel like, you know, ain't too many people really, you know, a lot of cats that say anything, you know, and it's music and entertainment at that point, you know what I mean? So it ain't like you out here kicking up dust and thugging, but it's just like at the end of the day, like if you say some things that mean something to somebody like myself or mean something to somebody in the struggle, that's what I consider being genuine and 1,000. So I ain't telling you go out here and, you know, catch no bodies to prove that you're 1,000, but I'm just saying, but if you say something that I can resonate with and be like, damn, that's what's up. I ain't never think about it like that. I mean, it's simple. Like I was listening to the T Greasy and Dirk tape. Shout out to the little homies, jamming, by the way. And he said something like, if this rap shit wouldn't exist, you know, y'all would be Uber drivers. You know what I'm saying? It's like, to me, he has a point. You know what I'm saying? A great one, valid, by the way.
Yeah.
That's how I feel. Like, you know, if it wasn't so easy, a lot of these cats would be doing something else, like bagging groceries or some shit. I don't know. You know what I mean? But when you great, it's like, I couldn't see Kobe Bryant bagging no groceries. That's what he does. That's his passion. He loves basketball. You can look at this guy and tell he did it until he couldn't do it no more. And when he had to walk away, it hurt him. So it wasn't about the check. That's who he is. You know what I mean? Same thing with, you know, people like myself. It's like that's who we are. This is me. Like, I don't. You know what I'm saying? This is it. This is what you get. You know what I mean? You can take me to the White House or to the hood. We good. You feel what I'm saying? We good either way. I mean, I just think when you take, you know, when you always handle yourself with integrity and you just always been a stand-up guy, at least in your heart and your eyes, and your message is clear. I think that you know, people can respect that when they're the same way. And I think with Obama, you know, he realized what, you know, my contribution to, you know, when he got elected is like, I was passionate about it. I was for real about it. It wasn't for play. It wasn't for credit. It wasn't for likes. It wasn't for none of that. It was like, yo, this is the guy. You know what I'm saying? We got to figure this out. So whatever I could do to help, let's do that. And I think he saw that, you know, from a mile away. And to answer your question, what, you know, where I continue to get my passion from is the people. It's the culture. It's like, you can't stop giving people game. It's just like, I look at it as the era, like when we came up, you know, it was about popping bottles. Like, nobody drunk champagne out of a bottle. Nobody went in the club and threw money. You know what I'm saying? But the game kind of stopped. The game stopped when that situation stopped. Same thing with Tupac. Like, you know what I'm saying? All his words was the bar. They was law. When he passed, who took it from there to elevate it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's my obligation to elevate it, because it's like everything he said, he was really before his time, but when it stopped, a lot of the things stopped with it. So nobody was really thinking about that no more. So now that's why you got a game where anything goes if they make it sound cool enough. But I'm not gonna follow nobody to the end of the earth just because he talks a good game. I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanna know it's for real. Like, I don't get that from a lot of these cats, but I feel like that's what's my obligation. When you see Young, you gotta know Young gonna be doing better than he was the last time you saw him. He gonna be on some more shit when you see him again. And it ain't just music, bro. Like, I mean, anybody, you can make a song. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? You get a catchy melody, you might, you know, you could possibly be out of here. But what you gonna do when you get the lights and the eyes on you? Like, what you gonna do? I think it's because, and let me say again, it's beyond the music. When people hear you speak and they hear you talk and they look in your eyes and they see where you're coming from, you can get, if you're a good judge of character, you can understand, you know what I'm saying, that why, you know, I would associate myself with that. Because the music is still just the music at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Their songs, their art, their things. Like, you can know a dope artist and he could be talented as fuck, but crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying? As far as like paintings or whatever. So you might like his art, but you don't want to sit in the room and talk to this guy because he's out of his mind. You know what I'm saying? But it's the same thing with this. It's like the music is the music, but when you sit down, you have a conversation with me, you can see where I'm at with it. So that makes anybody more comfortable with being affiliated with it because they know it's beyond the music, it's bigger than the music. It's like, who is he as a person? You know what I'm saying? What's his mind state, how he rocking? So if you watch enough interviews or see me talk a couple times, you're like, okay, I said that before, I thought about that. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, that's what come with it. So it's like when you listening to these songs, you know what I'm saying, you gotta know, you know, 99.9.8% of that is not who they saying they are. It can't be. Either that's the case, most of these motherfuckers are Superman. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, you know? And you see it. Like, you know, they believe in what they're saying, so they're doing crazy shit. They're taking all these drugs and ODing and shit. It's like, come on, man, I'm not gonna fall. That's some Kurt Cobain shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, that's crazy. That's no different than the cult, bro. That's no different than the people that get you and brainwash you and have you and everybody do this mass suicide and all of a sudden everybody dead. Cause you followed the wrong motherfucker. You didn't know what the fuck he was talking about. You know what I'm saying? That's his beliefs. So that's his weaknesses or his problems or his mental state. You don't even know if half these motherfuckers is mentally sane. Like, you don't know that. You listening to the music, don't get it construed. Like, they making songs, bro. Like, I'm not gonna live and die by a nigga's song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? It's even with leadership, like, you know, I might side more with Obama than I ever would with Trump because I don't respect the way he moves. He doesn't move presidential to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of the things that he do is what your favorite rapper might do. This nigga's tweeting all day and, you know what I mean, just, you know, angry with everybody. It's just like, yo, man, like, you the big homie. Like, you gotta be, you know, you gotta balance it out. And it's cool to be that way behind closed doors, but it's like, you know, when you speak publicly, it's like, yeah, fuck all these niggas. They're like, oh, it's, you know what I'm saying? Like,
you represent something more than yourself at that point.
Absolutely, because it's a responsibility at some point. So I'm not telling you, ain't nobody perfect, ain't no right way to do anything, but I'm gonna handle myself responsible because I know who and what I'm responsible for. And anybody that follows me, I'm gonna tell them the best thing I could possibly tell them. I'm not gonna tell them just to do something just to be doing it because it's cool at the time. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers got addicted to crack because somebody told them this is it for right now. They probably thought they was smoking weed or something and getting high. All of a sudden, their whole life is fucked up because they followed somebody who was already weak. You know what I'm saying?
Looking out for themselves.
Right. Not even that. It's just like, you know, we people like company. They say misery like company, we people like company. And 9 times out of 10, if you let a weak person control your mind, you know, they're gonna do it because they're already weak enough to want to do that. They're not doing well for themselves anyway, and they're not gonna do well for themselves. So it's like, how many people can I bring down? Now, how many people can I uplift? You feel what I'm saying? Because they're weak. Anybody try to get you to do some shit that's gonna fuck up your life, you already know what that is. You know what I'm saying? They ain't for you, they for them. Oh man, integrity, respect, self-respect, self-confidence, knowing that I've done more with less. So there's nothing nobody in this boardroom gonna be able to tell me. I mean, I don't care if they, you know, go to college, business school. You know, they got GEDs, masters, all that. I got 2 kids, bro. Like, that's my motivation. I'm gonna go in there and act like they was born to make sure that I get this deal that I'm trying to get. That's why their sole purpose in life is to make sure I get this deal. So I go and look at them and I'm like, listen, man, nothing tell me nothing about none of that. I know what I mean to the coach, and you wanna get this done, we gonna figure it out, but it's gonna be on my terms. Guess what? You don't know what I know. You can't touch who I touch. You know, that goes back to, I get on stage right now, Summer Jam, 60,000 people reciting every word for an hour. I can do that. You think 60,000 people gonna recite what Trump gotta say? All right. And he's the most powerful man in the free world right now, so what that tell you? So that's what I learned from the block, like, you know, that's what this whole trust your process movement about. It's like, I'm gonna trust me. I'm gonna trust how I feel and what I think, because they ain't let me down yet. You know what I'm saying? I might have had some hiccups, some bumps in the roads, but I ain't lose, I learned. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference, bro. You know, probably the go-getters, the I love it, the songs that resonate with people that just want to do better. You know what I'm saying? And it's beyond, like, he might listen to Trap or Die. You never know. You know what I'm saying? But if you listen to it, the message is in the music. I mean, you know, shit, when you start being a taxpayer and these things affect you, like, you got to really speak on them now, because now that, you know, if people are following you and they're actually, you know, growing up, getting older, it's about to be their problem too. So you got to kind of put them on game. That's what the recession was about, putting people on game, let them know what's about to happen, what could happen, so on and so forth. But it's like, you know, like, these are real things now. Like, when you buying shit, like, you actually have to pay taxes on them. You know what I'm saying? When you're doing things, you have to actually be mindful of what you're doing, because now is is business. You know, like I tell people all the time, man, when you first get into this game, you're in the rap game. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually in the rap game. That's for anybody. But when you get into the music business, that's a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying? That's a business. You know what I mean? And when you get into business, you in real business now. So the rap life don't apply to that. You know, they don't care. It's cool, you know what I'm saying, but they don't care. You know, that's not gonna get you no tax breaks. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna get you out of anything that you in, you know, illegally. Like, it's not gonna work. Man, first of all, somebody else's opinion would never, especially not that guy. You know what I'm saying? He's a rapper, he gotta figure that out. I'm relevant at the bank. I'm relevant in these mortgage companies. I'm relevant in these companies that I actually own stock and equity in. Like, I don't know. Like, listen, I never got into this to be popular. That's high school shit, man. I got into this to be wealthy. Let's talk about that. You feel me? Like, real talk. Right. That's it. Actually, it's called quiet money, but I don't know about storm. You feel me? It's the sun is shining over here where I'm at, bro. Trust me. Believe that.